Hi, Julie Torrance here. Well, I am in great need of masterboards. I need to make more ephemera. And so when you work on making digitals, which is what I've been doing, you end up with sheets that you're printing and you're testing. And these are for a journal kit that's going to be 1945, which is when that was like, I think the end of World War II. So I have these and they're test prints, but I thought, wouldn't they be pretty to do in a masterboard? And then I had this left over from an empty pad of Strathmore watercolor paper, and it's the cover. It's not the same as the watercolor paper, but you can see it's got a matte finish, and it also is got a nice white back. So I thought I'm going to turn this into a masterboard, and I'm going to tear up some of these and start making some 1945 stuff. So I'm going to start just by tearing this up a little bit, something a little more manageable. Ooh, hold still, Julie. Everything is slippery. There we go. Oh, for heaven's sakes, just rip it. Okay, I did. And let's quit trying to rip on top of that slippery thing. So how are you? I trust you are doing well. It is a rainy day. Today's Monday, Memorial Day, and we've had just some real peculiar weather this whole weekend. We've had rain, we've had heat, we've had storms, we've had all kinds of stuff. Warnings, warnings from the TV or whatever. So let's chop up one more, just get a few pieces done ahead of some of the different variables. And get your hand on there tight, Julie, for heaven's sakes. My printer always prints a white border. It's the kind of printer that it is. And so I already had cut the white borders off. Now, your printer may be able to just go like edge to edge, but I think it's because the powder toner, I don't really know, but I just have been told that my printer doesn't have that option. If it does, I have an HP LaserJet. Let me know. Let me know if you're into knowing about all that kind of stuff. All right, let's start from the bottom here and get a few more. And then we'll have a little bit of all of them. Oh. I am just, I don't know, maybe I'm just weak. I know my hands are not as strong as they used to be, that's for sure. Okay, we can always chop them up some more. I'll tell you what kind of got me thinking about using these is a couple videos ago, maybe you remember, I had a Joey card maker. It was a free printable, and my printer printed terrible because it was missing. It was low on one of the colors of toner. Well, even though the colors were off, it was still a real pretty. I'm just putting an extra glue glob up there. It was still pretty. Do you know what I mean? It was definitely nice, but and the error in the ink was equal over the whole thing. So anyway, it was nice, and I turned it into a masterboard, and it's beautiful. I haven't cut it yet. Well, yes, I did. Yes, I did. I made tags and ephemera from it. I sure did. Yep. From the, not from the way it's supposed to be, but from the wrong way. And so, yeah. I'm just using glue stick. My latest venture into glue sticks is Elmer's extra strength glue stick. I got it from Amazon. We'll see. I have another glue stick in the wings made by Tonic. You know, the company that makes things like scissors and cutters and that kind of stuff. Tim Holtz has some of his, what would you call that, hardware? You know, some of those things. His scissors and his, well, that large, oh my, well, you know, this may be kind of, oh, what would you say, watercolor like paper, and maybe it's just absorbing this glue. Okay, we'll see. So anyway, they make a glue stick, believe it or not. And when I was at the craft outlet, they had some there. And it was, they always have a little bit of some kind of retail stuff. And so, you know, where it's retail priced, and this was there. So I thought, well, I'm going to give it a try, because their prices, even on their retail stuff, is awfully good. I'm going to give it a try, and there's no reason to believe that they're not going to keep making it, because, as I say, it was in the regular retail stuff. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm still looking for a glue stick that gets along with me. Because, you know, I've been told, well, you know, you have to be very heavy-handed. Well, I think I am, but I've made a concerted effort to be more heavy-handed. I've used glue sticks that just get rave reviews from a lot of different people, and people that I respect. I just couldn't get it to work that way. One of the glue sticks, I had put something that got warped. It was like a tag. It was either a tag or a journaling card. And it got warped in the process, which glue stick will, you know, cause things to warp a little bit because it's wet. So I had put it under something heavy. Well, just the action of taking something a little bit curved and flattening it out, the things I had glued on top popped off, started popping off. I was like, oh no, that's no good. So yeah, I keep trying, try not to get discouraged, because you have to admit, I have to admit, glue stick is very handy. There's nothing faster, and it does give you like an overall surface cover, and it's flat compared to like art glitter glue, which is again an excellent product, but you can end up with like the bumps of it, the lines of it, especially on magazine, which, you know, I do a lot of magazine art. So, you know, Julie, quit complaining. I'm not really complaining. I'm just trying to find a glue stick that works well for me. I used to get one from Scotch, and there's still a little white edge here. I'm trying to think what it was called. Extra strength, I don't know. I thought it had the word craft in it. But anyway, I do know the exact one that I used to buy, they don't make anymore. So, there. You know, I bought a ruler, a huge, long metal ruler, just for ripping. It is like 18 inches long and an inch wide. I have no idea. I know I was doing a video and I kept bumping it, and it sounded like someone dropped all the pots and pans in the kitchen. It was just so loud. So I moved it so I would quit bumping it. And that is my last memory of the thing. I didn't throw it away. It stick out of my garbage. You know, and I've looked at, it's not something that I could have like bumped with the vacuum cleaner and moved it out of the way. Impossible. It's too big. So anyway, c'est la vie. I'm liking the way this looks. It's a little confusing because the Strathmore design is in there. I'll know better what I think of it once I get it completely covered. But I'm liking these patterns, these 1945. They're my best in making kitchen patterns, like kitchen dish towels and kitchen tablecloths. That kind of thing was what I was, you know, trying to achieve. See if we can get one more go out of this. I've gouged my glue quite a bit. Don't know why. I usually do that if I'm trying to put glue stick on a doily or something. I'm liking the way this is looking. Let me know in the comments what you think, because I am liking it. Let's get this. Get this up here. Yeah, so today is Memorial Day. And I feel bad for anybody who had a big picnic planned or something. My understanding, though, from just hearing the news and stuff, is that today is a big day for just people getting home. So maybe the party's over. I don't know. Okay, we don't need to use this whole thing. Let's see if I can mess this up. See, I think this is too thick, and you need to be on a flat surface. I do know that. I also know that the printing surface, the surface of things after I've printed them, can be, I don't even remember where I wanted this. No. Was it up here? I still have a little spot there. I think so. The toner, it makes the surface a little bit slippery from my printer. All right, let's get some more of the sepia, or sepia, however you like to say it. Kind of brown, I guess. Huh. Oh, I don't know. Okay. Well, I must have had some place in mind for this. There we go. It really doesn't matter. Just get it covered. But I'm liking the feel of the weight of this as I'm adding the layer of paper, because I'm not planning on putting paper on the back, because the back is already nice and white. I need to move this over just a couple of millimeters. Oh, now it's going to stick. Oh boy, yeah. Yeah. There we go. Well done. Okay. Few more. All right, let's fold this. And Julie, remember that it goes in the upper right hand corner, right there. You know, I do wonder seriously if it's the humidity, because the paper feels a little bit dampish. And as I say, we've had rain, storms, mist, everything like that. I don't think it's in the 70s today. I think it's in the 60s. And it'll make people having to end their weekend and go home not feel so bad like they're missing out, especially if they've got a bit of a drive or maybe a plane ride, you know. Let's put that there. What do you say? Little space right there. I hope you had a good Memorial Day weekend. If you're in the U.S., it's a bank holiday for us. It's when we remember those who gave their lives in military service, or fallen police officers, firefighters. All of those were honored today in our I live in Walker, our memorial parade, which I think is nice. Okay, I think here and somewhere up in here. I think that's it. Well, are you wide enough? Yes, you are. Now, I have to tell you, I wish I could just run to the cutter and cut this up and see what it looks like. But no, the glue stick needs to dry. And that's nothing bad about the glue stick. It just does. Needs to dry. I'm looking to see if I have I was seeing if I had a smaller piece. Okay, so if I just try to tear it right along that line, it should be fine. Does it remind you of 1945? Now, 1945 is before my time, believe it or not. More my mother's time, because I was born in 58. My mother was born in 31. So, you know, born in 1931, 1945, let's see. Okay, 31 to 41 is 10. So my mother was about 15 years old. She was at Denby High School in Detroit. Yeah. So she would have memory of it. Okay. I like that. What do you think? Yes. I'm liking it. And look, won't that be nice? All right, let's let that dry. Enough oogling it. Now, hopefully you remember this. This is my masterboard. What would you call it? It's a catalog that I have turned into a masterboard holder maker. The paper in this was nice and dull and a nice weight, you know, for a free catalog. So here's the page that we're on. And I'm just going to move aside the papers that we just used. And I'm bringing up these. Now, I made these on my vacation, and I used them to make heart cats. I will link it to Ann Kenlin's video on how to make cats out of heart shapes. So my friend Robin and I, we just went to town making cats. And these are this is map index paper that I had left over. So I'm just going to use it. And I colored these up with, I'm trying to remember if it was watercolor or if it was sprays. I think it was watercolor followed by sprays. I think that's what I did. I just had fun. And I can see the brush. So yeah, this was it watercolor first. And then I grabbed a stencil and I sprayed gently through with a shimmer spray. All right, let's get some of this. I just think it's going to look really pretty as a master board. Okay. And I've got, oh no, hang on, it blew way away. Back. I mean, it fell off my desk and took off like a rocket. So let's get some of this one isn't so bad around the edges. You know, I got more into the margin. So we can get started with this. Let me know in the comments, what did you do for Memorial Day? Did you have a cookout? I know one of my friends, she was saying, I think in maybe a comment on another channel, that she was going on a picnic where everybody brings something kind of thing. But she was talking about how when she was growing up, they lived near the Indianapolis 500 racetrack, the Indy racetrack. And they used to have like a outdoor picnic and go up on the roof of the house and watch the Indy 500 race from the roof of the house. How fun! How fun would that be? I remember in Detroit, around Tiger Stadium, seeing people on the roofs in Detroit. Now, that's not at Comerica Park where they play now, but that was at the old Tiger Stadium. And what fun. I used to kind of admire those people up there. But, you know, hot. It had to be so, well, not every day. My goodness, sometimes the Tigers are playing in the snow. They start in March, and it is not generally springtime in March in Detroit. No. Not hardly. Isn't this pretty? I'm liking it. I've got a few more orange. Let's get those on. Yeah, if this glue stick hits the edge of the paper, it gouges. But I'm just glue stick challenged is what the problem is. Let's put this nice clean edge along an edge. I thought I had 3 colors. This looks pretty blue like the other one, but can you see this purple zone? I'm just going right in. Forget the tear ruler, that's not working for me today. And this paper feels nice and crisp. It's old. I want to say that the atlas that I took it out of might be 40 years old. It's old. Okay. I might be exaggerating that, but not on purpose. All right, see, I think the purple will give us a different color. Let's get that on there. I don't care about the white edges, that's okay. So what is my next journal going to be? I haven't really decided. I have in my mind to make an urban garden journal, but I don't have enough collected for that. You know, sometimes you need to set yourself up a container and just start putting stuff in for a particular topic, and I don't have enough, and I don't want to start it that way. Hey, this is a good piece for right there. You know, I don't want to start a journal and just not have enough to go with it. And I may start making my own printables for that, because, and I have started, as a matter of fact, some of that, but I would like to get some things from other sources, you know, variety. When I was at the craft outlet, I looked for some paper, like scrapbook paper. They sell their 12 by 12s for 35 cents, and they have hundreds of kinds. And yeah, it is probably last year's models, but, you know, I don't care. That's good. So, but I just didn't see anything that would have gone. I really didn't see any garden themes. I was, you know, thinking about all kinds of garden themes. You know, flowers in pots and vegetable garden type things. Because when I think of an urban garden, I think of vegetables. Because people are literally making food. So that's just kind of the way I see it. I know that in Detroit, when I was living there, any of the urban gardens that I had the opportunity to see were all vegetable gardens, not flower gardens. I mean, there's nothing wrong with flower gardens, but the urban gardens where they had taken, where houses had been abandoned and then burned, and so then they tore that down and they remediated the soil and turned them into urban gardens for the neighbors that lived near that space. It was all food, including corn. I saw people that had rows of corn, and you know, they don't have a combine or anything like that. They're doing it all by hand. But I also know you can do things like you can rent from Home Depot like a tiller. So, you know, where you just rent it for, you can rent it for so many hours. You can rent it for 24 hours, whatever you want. They've got it figured out. So you wouldn't have to do everything, you know, with a hoe. But still a lot of work. But, you know, many hands makes for light work, right? Some kind of a little Cleo saying about that. Obviously, I don't remember it, but I remember the sentiment behind it. See if we can do something with this again. Yeah. All of a sudden, it's working. This paper is a lot easier to tear than that printer paper, that is for sure. Okay, let's see what we can do with this. Up here. It's dark. Does it look like I'm doing some midnight moonlight madness crafting. It's not supposed to be dark at this hour. It's just cloudy, so cloudy. My son and daughter-in-law are coming home. They may be home by now. I texted them a bit ago, and they had about an hour and a half. They were in Cadillac, Michigan. Fancy that name in Michigan, huh? But yeah, they were there, and just on a break, my 2 almost 3-year-old grandson is not a big fan of long trips in the car. So they usually time it to take off at his nap time. And then that makes it an easier trip for him, because when he wakes up, they're already 2 hours on the road. I'm sure he wakes up and thinks, oh no, I woke up in the car. But he was talking about going to the cabin, and he knew where that was, and he knew what you do there. So he's got to learn. You want to go to the cabin, you got to drive. It's not just down the street. Okay, we've almost got this licked. I am loving this. This is going to make some nice journaling cards and tags and all kinds of things. And I've got more. So I will continue to work with this paper. When I was making this paper, I knew we weren't going to use it all up on cats, although we made a lot of cats. And it was a lot of fun. And that was a great, great video. And like I said, I will link the cat video because it is worth the look-see. It's a lot of fun. When I purchased from the Goodwill for $1 this huge atlas, and I mean, it's huge. It is, well, I know it won't fit in a frame when I've tried to show it on a video, and it's that thick. I never dreamed I would make something this pretty out of it. I knew there was so much potential, but yeah, this has been a really cool project. I've just got this little spot here and a real small spot there. Real small spot here. And I got one right there. Well, how can I thank you enough? If you were in my giveaway, if you watched the video and made a comment on the right video, then you were involved. Go and see on that giveaway video and see if I called your name, because I am going to be going to the mail with 2 journals. I just want this to fit, and it will fit. 2 journals and 3 goodie packages. So go check it out and see if it was you, if you haven't seen the video already. All right. So what did we do? We've got this masterboard, which I will be going ahead and I will put some neutral, something that would make a good writing surface, writing space. And we made another one. I'm looking left, I'm looking right. Well, I don't know where it went. It went where my big metal ruler is. In the meantime, look right down there. After you like and subscribe, there's going to be a video just for you. Bye.